Okay, guys, welcome back to the channel. Probably had the most amazing 4 or 5 days I've ever had in the hobby. And guess what that means? Amazing content for you. First off, Bach SP. Well, it's Bach from Mac is the actual product I ordered. Been talking about this since Capital Audio Fest and even touched on it at Expona. Finally have it working. Quite amazing. And it's surprising me in areas that I didn't anticipate based on the show demo. So you're going to definitely want to pay attention to that. 3 hours of setup, but it was worth it. And it's not as difficult as you think, but there are other products in his line that are more plug and play. So I want to digest it for a few days, try different setups and things. So I have a more thorough impression to give you guys, but amazing. Number one thing that's amazing. Also, this past weekend, I was in Northern California. I visited the most hardcore audiophile in the world. You've seen him on the channel before. His house, at least. Incredible. Well, it was just like visiting it for the first time, going back again. He's changed out tons of gear. And again, speaking of amazing things, number one, his grounding box. Oh my God. He's sending me a grounding box to try. This thing, without giving away the details, is probably the most extravagant grounding box ever created. Basically, he owned all the other ones, the entries, the tri-points. Tri-points sell for up to $80,000. Grounding box. He had one. He has one now. Takes them apart. Reverse engineers them. Says he's going to get me an interview with his physicist that'll help put this together. The material cost alone into this grounding box, just the aesthetics of it alone, plus what's inside, insane. This thing would sell in the normal distribution path over $100,000. He's not selling them yet. People that are friends of his and via my channel, you may be able to get one, but this is for a level of baller that is up there. You know, this isn't going to be cheap even at, you know, the Audiophile Junkie discount. But it's amazing, and I can't wait to get it. Just the cables alone to connect it are well over into $10,000 in cost. So guys, you're going to be amazed by this. Next thing that was amazing out there is every time I've gone to see him and talk to him, I always bring up brands and speakers that, you know, have you heard this? Have you heard this? Always. Yeah, I've actually owned it. I've owned it. Everything I brought up. Well, if you would have, I had one in my hold card. I said, there's no way he could have heard this. You know, I've heard it. There's probably only 10 of these speakers ever made. I go there this time. I would have bet him $1 million I would have heard this, and he didn't. Well, I go there this time. He actually owns it. He owns one of those 10. And amazing. You're going to want to see that speaker. So that's two things that are amazing. Super amazing as well. Magico visit. Got to hear the M9s. And let me tell you, as amazing as that is, I tell you, there are so many things in that tour that amazed me that weren't things I expected. So again, you're going to want to pay attention to this tour. It's probably different from the other ones. No sit-down interviews, nothing boring like that. It's going to be stream of conscious as we toured. You're going to come along with us and hear the questions I ask. He said, ask any tough questions you want. And what's going to be great is you're going to hear really good answers. At least they resonated with me when I asked him questions. And things that I noticed made a huge impression. All around, amazing visit there. One more thing that's amazing, a little bit under the radar, did not expect this at all. Another one of my subscribers who I've known since Expona of last year, got to know him, meet him a couple times, staying in touch. Actually, he's won an Oscar. Great guy. Got to hear his system. Oh my gosh. This is now in the top 3 rooms I've ever visited. And that's saying a lot because you've seen, if you follow the channel, how many homes I've visited. It's going to be amazing. He's a private fella, so I want to curate that video and show, you know, at least something for you guys, but also respect anybody I visit. I respect whatever privacy they want. So it's going to take me a little while to get all this content out, but you're definitely going to be watching soon. So if you haven't signed up and subscribed, do so now, and I'll see you back here soon.